The ER's fluorescent lights buzzed, casting stark shadows as Jennifer Wilson's swollen face throbbed under the bandages. At 1:17 a.m., a nurse's tray clattered the floor, her gasp slicing through the chaos. "They're moving under her skin," she whispered, horrified. Jennifer's trembling hand reached up, but Dr. Reynolds' gloved grip stopped her. "Don't touch," he urged, his voice tight with fear. Beyond the curtain, a medical student slumped, fainting at the sight. Something alive writhed beneath Jennifer's skin, a secret her body was hiding. The doctor's shout echoed, "Get the CDC on the line, now!" The Florida sun beat down on Jennifer Wilson's neck as she adjusted Robert's old Nikon camera, its strap worn from years of birdwatching. It was June 12, 2022, her first solo trip since her husband's death 3 years prior. At 62, Jennifer, a retired ER nurse from Memorial Regional in Missouri, had chosen the Everglades for its memories, Robert's favorite place, where they planned to retire. She stood on a secluded beach, ignoring the faded warning sign about insect activity, the air thick with humidity and the buzz of mosquitoes. "I'm trying, Bobby," she whispered, snapping photos of a heron. A faint itch bloomed near her temple, dismissed as just another mosquito bite. Jennifer had always been resilient. 35 years in the ER had hardened her to gore, grief, and the grotesque. "I've seen it all," she'd tell her daughter, Elizabeth, a 29-year-old surgical resident. But lately, their Sunday calls had grown tense. Elizabeth, brilliant but impatient, urged Jennifer to sell the too-big house in Cedar Falls, filled with Robert's ghost. "You're isolating, Mom," Elizabeth said. "Dad will want you to live." Jennifer clung to the house, its walls holding decades of love and loss. This trip was her compromise, a step toward keeping her promise to Robert. "Don't disappear when I'm gone, Jen." Back home, the itch persisted. By June 16th, small red marks dotted her temple, angry and unrelenting. Jennifer, ever the nurse, applied hydrocortisone and popped ibuprofen, certain it was an allergic reaction. Her immune system of steel, as she called it, had survived decades of ER pathogens. She canceled bridge night, dodging Marge's inevitable "get that looked at" in her sing-song voice. By June 18th, her right eye was nearly swollen shut, the skin hot and tight. In the bathroom's harsh light, she pressed the swelling and felt something shift, like bubbles in dough. "That's not normal," she muttered, her nurse's instincts finally overriding her stubbornness. At midnight, Jennifer called Elizabeth. "I might need the ER," she admitted, hating the weakness in her voice. Elizabeth arrived in 15 minutes, pajama pants under her coat. Her gasp at Jennifer's distorted face said it all. "My God, Mom, this isn't just swelling." In the car, Elizabeth's questions came fast, clinical. "Fever? Nausea? When did this start?" Jennifer confessed to the beach, the bites, the ignored signs. "Unbelievable," Elizabeth muttered, speeding through a yellow light. At Memorial Regional, the ER felt alien to Jennifer, now a patient in the halls she'd ruled for decades. The triage nurse, a stranger, rushed her back. Nancy, a colleague from her nursing days, barely recognized her. "Jennifer Wilson, is that you under all that?" Dr. Thomas Reynolds, mid-40s with silver temples, examined her with quiet concern. 4 days of swelling, no allergies, just bites in the Everglades, Jennifer reported, wincing as he palpated her face. His pen light revealed tiny punctate lesions, and when he pressed near her temple, Jennifer gasped, not just from pain, but from a distinct crawling beneath her skin. Reynolds stepped back, his composure slipping. "I'm calling Dr. Hayes, our dermatologist." Elizabeth gripped her mother's hand, her surgical mask barely hiding her worry. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "I thought I could handle it," Jennifer said. "I've treated thousands of infections." Dr. Amanda Hayes arrived, her magnifying lens revealing the truth. "Breathing holes," she said, her voice steady but grave. "This is cutaneous myiasis, parasitic larvae, likely botflies, from your Florida trip." The room froze. Jennifer, who'd seen gunshot wounds and gangrene, felt her stomach lurch. "Larvae? Inside me?" Elizabeth's hand tightened. "We need immediate extraction," Hayes said. "I'm calling the CDC." As staff whispered outside, their glances heavy with curiosity, Jennifer felt like a specimen. The ER, once her domain, now judged her. A medical student fainted at her chart, and whispers of bugs under her skin spread. "They're talking about me," Jennifer whispered. Elizabeth corrected. "They're preparing to help you." The ultrasound confirmed the horror. 30 to 50 larvae, oval shapes writhing beneath her skin, some dangerously close to her optical nerve. "If we don't extract within 24 hours, you risk blindness," Hayes warned. Jennifer, sedated for procedure, caught glimpses of staff in excessive protective gear, their eyes wide with revulsion. As they wheeled her to the surgical suite, she heard, "Never seen anything like it." The indignity stung as much as the pain. 35 years here, and I'm the freak show. What had she stumbled into on that beach? Was it just bad luck, or something more sinister? A warning ignored, a secret carried by the Everglades humid air? Viewer, what would you do? Feeling something alive inside you, knowing it's not just a medical issue, but a violation of your very self. The surgical suite's lights glared down as Jennifer lay sedated, the anesthesia pulling her into a haze. Dr. Hayes, Dr. Reynolds, and Elizabeth, now in surgical scrubs, prepare for the first extraction. The monitor showed the ultrasound's grainy truth. Dozens of larvae, some burrowing deeper, defying typical botfly behavior. Dr. Everson from the CDC, newly arrived, studied the images. "These are Dermatobia hominis, human botflies," he confirmed. "But their migration pattern is unusual, too deep, too organized." Elizabeth, assisting with retraction, fought to stay clinical, her mother's face a battlefield. The first incision revealed a nightmare. Cream-colored larvae, bean-size, writhing in tissue tunnels. "At least 60, Dr. Chun, a tropical medicine specialist, noted, his voice steady but eyes wide. The team worked meticulously, extracting 37 larvae in the first hour, each dropped into specimen jars. Elizabeth's hands trembled slightly as she held a retractor, her mother's flesh exposed, invaded, near the optical nerve. The risk skyrocketed. "They're retreating," Everson warned as a larva squirmed deeper, sensing the forceps. Hayes adjusted, blocking its path. "Got it," she said, extracting it intact. Jennifer's vitals spiked. Blood pressure 160 over 95. Her body reacting to the invasion's disturbance. Hospital Administrator Carl Carlson watched from the observation window, his presence a reminder of the case's growing notoriety. Whispers of the bug lady had leaked to local media, and he'd already fielded inquiries. "This could damage our reputation," he'd told Dr. Morris, the chief of surgery, who joined to observe. Elizabeth overheard and glared, her focus torn between her mother and the hospital's politics. "This is my mother, not a PR crisis," she hissed during a break. Morris nodded, but Carlson's forced smile lingered. By hour 5, they'd extracted 67 larvae, leaving 6 too risky to remove near the facial nerve. "We'll stop here," Hayes decided. "Antiparasitics will weaken the rest for a second procedure in 48 hours. As they sutured, Elizabeth caught 2 nurses filming on their phones, their faces alight with morbid fascination. "That's unethical," she snapped, and Hayes ordered the phones confiscated. Jennifer, stirring in recovery, rasped, "Did you get them all?" Elizabeth hesitated. 67. 6 remain, but we'll get them. Jennifer's eyes betrayed her horror. "I can still feel them moving." In recovery, Jennifer faced a reflection in a darkened screen. Swollen, sutured, unrecognizable. The staff stares followed her, some curious, some repulsed. Karen, a former colleague, stepped back as Jennifer's gurney passed. 20 years together, and now she can't stand me," Jennifer whispered. Elizabeth squeezed her hand. "They're just shocked." But the whispers grew. Hundreds of bugs, flesh-eating larvae. Social media posts from hospital staff, anonymous but detailed, fueled the rumor mill. Carlson visited, flowers in hand, his real concern clear. "We're ensuring your privacy, Mrs. Wilson." Jennifer's dry reply, "I'm not calling a press conference about bugs on my face." Dr. Everson's analysis revealed a twist. The larvae included Cortylobia antipophaga, a rare African tumble fly, not native to Florida. How? Jennifer demanded. I've never been to Africa. Everson theorized exposure via a recent traveler, perhaps a botanical garden volunteer Jennifer recalled, fresh from Tanzania. This is a public health concern, he said. If these flies are in Florida, others could be at risk. Jennifer agreed to cooperate with the CDC's investigation, but only after recovery. The hospital, meanwhile, pushed for a controlled media release to educate the public. Elizabeth bristled. My mother's not your poster child. That night, at 3:17 a.m., Jennifer woke in agony, the pain sharper than post-surgical soreness. They're moving, she gasped, clutching Elizabeth's wrist. An emergency ultrasound revealed the impossible. The remaining larvae were multiplying, a second generation triggered by the surgery. They're reproducing defensively, Everson explained, his face grim. We miscalculated. Hayes ordered immediate surgery. As Jennifer was prepped, she gripped Elizabeth's hand. Tell me the truth. How bad? Elizabeth's voice cracked. I'm scared, Mom. This is beyond us. But we're not giving up. Viewer, imagine feeling your body betray you, something multiply inside against your will. Could you trust the doctors to save you? Or would you wonder if the hospital's agenda, reputation, research mattered more than your life? The second surgery was a race against biology. The surgical suite hummed with tension as Dr. Hayes, Dr. Everson, and Elizabeth faced a new larvae, smaller, more aggressive, burrowing deeper into Jennifer's already traumatized tissue. Inflammations compressing the facial nerve, Hayes noted, her forceps navigating a delicate path. The monitor showed 93 larvae extracted over 5 grueling hours, each one a battle to avoid nerve damage or anaphylaxis from ruptured larvae. Jennifer's vitals dipped, blood pressure 90/60, prompting fluids and pressors. Elizabeth, assisting, fought nausea watching larvae writhe near her mother's optic nerve. Dr. Everson identified the tumbu fly's role. Its rapid reproduction, unseen in North America, explained the crisis. They're defending themselves, he said, marveling despite the stakes. This is a new hybrid behavior. The team irrigated with antiparasitic solution, packing wounds with antibiotic-impregnated gauze to kill any microscopic eggs. By dawn, they removed all visible larvae, but Everson warned, we can't be certain without further tests. Jennifer, sedated in the ICU, remained stable but fragile, her face a map of sutures and swelling. Elizabeth stayed by her mother's side, refusing rest. The hospital buzzed with gossip. Residents called it the Bug Lady case, and a local news outlet ran a vague story about a parasitic emergency. Carlson, ever present, pressed Jennifer to approve a CDC-backed press release. It's about public health, he insisted. Jennifer, barely conscious, scribbled on a whiteboard. Not now. My terms. Elizabeth confronted him. She's fighting for her life. Back off. Carlson retreated, but the pressure lingered, a reminder of the hospital's priorities. Days later, Jennifer moved to a private room, her speech slurred, her right face drooping from nerve damage. She avoided mirrors until Elizabeth, reluctantly, handed her one. I won't win beauty pageants, Jennifer quipped, tears betraying her bravado. Dr. Chun from Boston General, a facial reconstruction expert, consulted remotely, suggesting transfer to her program. Elizabeth revealed her fellowship offer there. We could go together, Mom. Best care, new start. Jennifer hesitated, the house in Missouri anchoring her to Robert's memory. Home is where you feel like yourself, she murmured, echoing him. But her reflection, scarred, asymmetrical, challenged that. The CDC's investigation deepened. Jennifer recalled the botanical garden volunteer, his Tanzanian trip, his backpack left near her on the beach. He brushed against me, she told Everson. Could that be it? Tests confirmed the tumble fly eggs likely hitched a ride on his gear, a freak accident with dire consequences. The CDC issued a Florida travel advisory, warning of non-native parasites. Jennifer's case, anonymized, became a medical bulletin, her cooperation driven by a nurse's instinct to protect others. If it saves one person, she told Elizabeth, It's worth it. Recovery was grueling. Physical therapy revealed partial nerve regeneration, but permanent weakness was likely. Jennifer, once fiercely independent, leaned on Elizabeth, who juggled fellowship preparations and caregiving. Their relationship, strained by years of stubborn distance, grew into partnership. "I was wrong to push you away," Jennifer admitted one night, unpacking Robert's books in their Boston apartment. "You're my home now." Elizabeth, exhausted but present, smiled. "Dad taught us that." The hospital settled a claim with Jennifer for staff privacy breaches. 2 nurses were fired for phone footage. Carlson's control release never happened. Jennifer's terms prevailed. She faced reconstructive surgeries, each a step toward reclaiming her face, her identity. Elizabeth assisted in one, her surgical skill a quiet tribute to their bond. "You're not just a doctor," Jennifer said post-op. "You're my daughter." Viewer, what would it take to rebuild after such a violation? Not just a body, but of trust, privacy, and self? Could you forgive a system that turned your pain into spectacle? Or would you fight like Jennifer to reclaim your story? Jennifer Wilson's face, once her pride, became a battleground, invaded by parasites, dissected by surgeons, gawked at by colleagues. From a Florida beach to a Boston recovery room, she fought not just larvae, but the indignity of becoming a medical curiosity. Her daughter Elizabeth, once distant, became her anchor, their bond forged in crisis. The tumbu fly, a freak import, exposed a public health risk, but Jennifer's story exposed something deeper: the cost of vulnerability in a system quick to sensationalize. She survived, scarred but unbroken, her nurse's heart turning pain into purpose through the CDC's bulletin. Her face may never be the same, but her spirit, resilient, compassionate, emerged stronger. In Boston, unpacking Robert's books, she found home not in a place, but in connection. What does it mean to survive when your body betrays you? Jennifer's answer lies in her choice to fight, to love, to redefine herself. Viewer, when life scars you, will you hide? Or will you, like Jennifer, unpack the past and build a new future, one suture at a time?